Meg Keating, Dr. Meg Keating, the head of painting and printmaking at the Tasmanian School of Art. Welcome, Megan.
Nice to be here.
Tell me about the work.
The work's been a project that I've been engaged with for about 18 months, and it's all based on a very small strip of garden bed in the front of my suburban flat. So anything that grew out of that suburban garden found the basis for this show. But I'll add that the motifs are all weeds, so anything that was not meant to be there is found its way into the paintings.
So what's the process?
They're on beach panels, so the beach panels are handmade, and then the paint surface is highly reflective, and it's a combination of synthetic polymer, which is just an acrylic-based transparent paint, with mica pigments, and you layer it down in very many layers, up to 15, for these works behind me. One layer of colour, one layer of translucent synthetic polymer, another layer of colour, making sure that the brush strokes go different ways on each layer, so in that way, as you move around the work, the light picks up the coloured pigment and flashes forward, or alternately, the light doesn't pick up the pigment and you actually see nothing.
And is there a big ecology statement, or where are you going intellectually with this work?
The whole idea of Nature Strip is looking at the environment and nature in a very simple way, I think. When we talk about nature, we often are concerned about the pristine, this idea of wilderness or the ideal, and I think, like everything in our culture, that we live in a very globalised world, and the environment has actually become globalised. So, the plants that we see in my front garden are the same that you would probably see in yours. And in the end, they're actually weeds. And there's a strange moral judgment about the way we actually talk about weeds. Usually they're ugly, or they're something that's not meant to be there. But at the end of the day, they're the things that actually push through. They're the things that actually survive. They're the things that do actually kind of take over. So although it might be in the cracks in the pavement or on the side of the road, the weeds are a real sense of wildness, because they always will remain.
Now, in your practice, I've seen paper cutting, I've seen perspex work. Is this a radical departure of what you normally do?
I don't think so. The way I work is through cutting and stencil making, and so all of this work is made through stencil making. The motifs were, first of all, I photographed the plants in my garden, and then I reduced them to simple line drawings, and then cut them into silhouettes. So for me, the process is exactly the same.
Fantastic. I love the show. Good luck.
Thank you very much.